All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the Dice Tower Top 10 at PAX 2017.
Yes.
Now, if you watch our normal Top 10s online, you'll notice that they take an hour. Reddit always tells us that that's 50 minutes too long. But we added Eric Summerer.
Hi.
And we still only have an hour. So.
And we still have Sam Healy. That's a problem.
Always a problem.
It's going to be a little long.
So Sam's intros are going to take up Eric's time.
Yes.
So if
We
I
already
just
talked
jump
about
in ahead
this.
of you, that means we're catching up on time.
Sure, yeah, I'll be ready for that.
Okay, so what we're doing here, we're doing a top 10 list. If you've never seen our show, we're the Dice Tower. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia. Hi.
I'm Eric Summerer. Hi.
Very good. I'm Sam Healy. Hello.
Yeah, with Sam.
That was Sam's clap.
Sam.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
okay. That's all right.
So we do top 10 lists that are very, very statistically and analytical. We're very polite to one another. And today we're doing the top 10 games that need a sequel. Now, we differentiated this in our very long preparation and pre-talks. We decided that we're not talking about games that need a second edition, because that's something different.
Right.
Okay.
Also,
He owes me a Coke now.
so basically, that was our criteria. Games that need a sequel, we're hoping that companies are listening and will do this. It's possible that some of the games we mentioned that need a sequel, it's in the works and we don't know it.
Yeah, that's true.
Definitely not for most of mine, no, because I know. All right, so we're going to get started. Oh, you got to do the numbers.
Number 10.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
he's so dreamy.
why I'm
Oh my God.
Smooth as a baby's bottom. All right, so my number 10 is a game that I have always enjoyed when I got into first playing games. I don't like it so much now because I find it boring, but Catan needs another sequel.
Catan 2, the re-Catan.
Here's the idea that I have. Okay, so basically you keep the basic idea of the game. You're trying to expand your presence on the board, whatever, build your roads, build your new cities, all that kind of stuff, but you lose the die for rolling for resources. And it's a worker placement game with your little tableau right here, and you're trying to place your workers on that tableau that lets you do stuff on the board. That's what I'm thinking.
I hate it.
I hate it too. That's weak sauce.
I hate it.
Just
too.
buy
I
the-
hate it too. Forget
buy-
that. Scratch it. I only have 9.
Top nine.
I didn't know we were supposed to actually design the game. I'm in trouble
Yeah,
here.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying, like, that would be cool. That's all I got.
We told Sam before we came out here we were going to hate on everything he said.
Yes.
And Eric especially.
Yeah, so I can't wait. Well, let's begin, shall we?
Yes, please.
My number 10 is a sequel to the Hobbit dice game
Ugh.
because there should have been one.
Okay.
There were 3
That's good.
Hobbit movies,
Oh, we're not hating on this
and
one?
there
Okay.
were 2 Hobbit dice games. Where's the third one?
Yeah.
It never happened. It needs a sequel, and there you go. Number 10, the Hobbit dice game. Needs a third.
I'm gonna hate on it because I think I've got a better idea later on.
Okay.
So I hate
He's a
that.
little
It's a
stressed about
preemptive
this.
piece.
Yes.
Actually, I disagree because the 2 Hobbit games is a long enough game. A third one would make the whole thing
But
too long.
it leaves this gaping hole.
They beat the dragon, the end. All right, my number 10. My number 10 is a game that came out last year, and I think this company should make another game, and that is Mechs vs. Minions. Mechs vs. Minions.
All right.
Mechs vs.
Yeah,
Minions
okay.
is a fantastic game from Riot.
He's
I
definitely
don't
playing
need
to
an
the crowd here,
expansion.
I think,
Yeah, right. I am.
Yeah, he's like, no, it's not going to be a video game list. Mechs versus Minions is the first one. All right.
No,
You know
but I
what?
think their design team is really good. There is a lot of video game companies out there that should not make a sequel to their games. We don't need more of the Resident Evil and Dark Souls games. We don't. Unless they're designed by good designers.
You realize they're demoing that game like
Like right there.
20 feet that way.
I'm okay. I'm okay. All right.
Man.
But the Riot company, they did it right. They did a good job. And they're kind of like, yeah, we'll do another game if we feel like it. Well, I hope they feel like it. All right, Mechs vs. Minions.
Okay, fine. Then my number 10 is going to be Tetris Tower 3D. Tetris Tower 3D is an awful, awful game.
That was a real thing.
That's a real game that I bought with actual U.S. currency. and I regretted it that day. It was anyway. That's not my 10.
I knew it!
He's
My number
wasting
10 is
time.
actually Vegas Showdown. I really enjoy that game. I got like a random clap of the ears. Vegas Showdown is a fantastic game already, but I would love to see maybe a new location, maybe a different, maybe a more focused, maybe even a wider look at the whole city, and not just building one casino, but building many. Just another go at that feeling of construction and tile placement and all of that with play mats that are not paper this time.
Yes, please.
That would be good.
That was good.
No,
Yeah?
that's a good
No
selection.
hate from us. I agree.
Oh, it's coming. He's building up. He's saving it. All right.
Number 9.
You don't need to clap every time.
All right.
Yes,
Or
you
any
do.
time.
Yes, you do.
So my number 9 is based on a game that just actually came out. It's one of Jason's, I don't know where he went. Where's that little squirrely guy? Anyway, it's one of Jason's favorite games. It's called Food Chain Magnate. Now, again, I know how you feel now. Thank you. All right, so anyway, Food Chain Magnate is all about, now here's another caveat. I've never actually played this game because, quite frankly, I don't want to. That's why I think it needs a sequel.
What?
What?
You're going to get hate on this one.
You
I
guys
hate
are
to
okay
say
with
it.
that, right? Yeah? You guys are okay, yeah. Anyway, one thing that I did see is I saw the movie The Founder, and I thought that would be a cool board game to have a group of, some of the players, maybe if it's a team, maybe it's a team versus team game, I don't know. But you have one team that actually is trying to, they already have their business and they're running it very well. And then your job as the other team is to come in and steal their idea, grow it, and then kick them out.
So I can be Michael Keaton.
Yeah. Yes, you get to be Michael Keaton in this movie, in this game. So that's what I was thinking. I've never played Food Chain Magnate, and let's be honest, I probably never will. But if they come out with that sequel, I think I'd be interested. Maybe.
What about if they added color?
That also might be good.
There's plenty of color in that game. There's red cola,
And
there's green beer,
Gray.
there's orange
and
pizza.
There's a whiteboard, and there's black lines on it.
You're saying you hated the game, or you don't
No,
think
I've
you're going to like the game?
No, you misunderstood me. I've never played the game.
Watch out. Watch out. That was a preamble to a throw punch.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I'm good.
There
You
All right.
misunderstood me. You're twisting my words.
All right. My number 9 is a storytelling spy game called Agents of Smersh. I would like to see these spies do more things, visit new locations, have new adventures. Why not? Let's start over, give them a new map to play in, and explore more things.
Can we give
more
them new names?
Smershy.
For this to
Agents
happen-
of Smersher.
Ew.
Ape Summit would have to still exist.
That's true. Well, someone else could do it.
So this conversation actually came up today, and I was talking to someone, and I said I recommend that we don't just let Agents of Smersh die.
Okay.
It was a good game once upon a time.
All right.
What's happening here?
Maybe
Nothing.
it needs a new life.
All right. My number 9. 9 is Lords of Waterdeep. Now,
Wait, this is also, oh man, this is
No.
pandering of the highest
It is.
degree.
It definitely is.
it's not,
Max versus Minions,
It-
Lords of Waterdeep.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
it's not that it's
terrible.
pandering, but it's the truth. All right, now here's the deal. Lords of Waterdeep's a great game. Everyone really likes it. It had an expansion, which is great. And where's the next game from Wizards of the Coast in the Dungeons & Dragons universe that's good? We're waiting for it.
Magic
Wow.
the Gathering.
That was a lot of qualifiers.
That was
really
a
Yeah.
quick.
qualifier. Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, I thought the design team did a fantastic job. It's a lot of fun. I'd like to see the next game. That game has brought a lot of people into the hobby. I'd like to have another one.
Fine.
You guys have nothing to say other than pandering.
If you've played Lords of Waterdeep and you like it, move on to Champions of Midgard and like it even more.
Well, that's fine.
Oh, yeah. Your approval numbers are going up.
Yeah.
Are we keeping track of all this?
Yeah.
Several
different-
bars
Apparently
behind
Z
it.
That would be
Yeah.
good if we had numbers in the back sort of tracking up and down. You can all vote. That'd be great. All right, my number 9 is going to lose me some points, I imagine. Long Shot is my number 9. I enjoyed Long Shot, which is a horse racing game, came out from Z-Man Games. I enjoy it a lot. But it's definitely dropped for me because the game's a little long for what it is. It's a little repetitive after you've played a few times. But it is really energetic and fun what you're doing in it. But I would love to see a sequel to it that reworks it into a shorter and sillier game because it had aspects that were silly, but the whole thing was ultimately a little long for a silly game. and I would love to see just weird, like an ostrich racing a donkey, racing.
What is it with you and donkeys, man?
Well, I like donkeys, man. What's wrong with that?
You're always talking about like donkey juices and donkey butts.
juice is delicious.
It's disgusting.
There is no
dude.
such thing. You know that.
Where does donkey juice come from?
I don't know.
This conversation. This is it's nowhere good.
Donkeys, man. Anyway, long shot with a shorter playtime and sillier stuff.
And ostriches.
And ostriches, yeah.
Goats.
Okay.
Number 8.
All right, number 8. Now, there's this game that's out there. It's called Greed. And this game is all about doing everything that you can possibly do that is bad, nefarious, and illegal in this world.
I'm
And-
opposed to making games with that theme.
And what?
There should not be games with a theme of racketeering, and that's just wrong.
Good. I say flip that on its end and make a game called Generosity, where you are trying to use various ways to give people money, the other players in the game money, and you're doing all of the good things in life to give them money. And the whole point is, of course, to have the least amount of money at the end of the game.
Because then you get to keep it all. Like Brewster.
No, you want to. Of course, you want to try to give it away. But yeah, that does have Brewster's Millions is what I was thinking about.
But at the end of your game, it just sounds like what all you got was the feeling of good instead of the feeling of cash.
That's true. Which for
I don't
many
like it.
people, it's better.
I don't like it.
Okay, that's you. That's my number is 8.
I wouldn't call
Greed.
it generosity. It just sounds like one of those games that you find at the little family store, and the old lady's like,
Generosity.
"I'll play generosity with you."
Okay, well, I don't know. Servitude? No, that's not good.
Everyone wins.
Helping hands.
That's a charity.
Okay.
If you see something, say something. The board game. Yeah, it's good.
All right.
All right, my number 8. Freedom and Freeze did a cool game a few years ago that mashed up mechanisms from lots of other games. It's called Copycat. I'd like him to take another swing at a whole bunch of other mechanisms.
He
Let's
did,
say,
504.
Dexterity, social deduction, area control, legacy game. Copycat 2.
Is this an actual entry?
Yeah, this is really what I wanted to
That's
do.
awesome. I love
Yeah.
it. A dexterity legacy game? Yeah, man. If you lose the piece behind the table, it's all good. It's fine. That's the way to do a dexterity flicking game, yes.
Do you have the Jenga piece, or are you the traitor Jenga piece?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's good.
I think it's possible. Copycat 2. Mark
And if
my
I know
words.
anything about Friedman Freeze, he's probably working on it.
Essen 2019. That's it.
Yes.
Well, he did his legacy. It's Fable. It would be Copycat Fable.
Sure. Yes. Fable system.
Fable Cat.
All right, so
Call it
back to
whatever you want.
normality. All right, 8 for me. Now, Sam might disagree with me on this one slightly, but I love the game Kemet. And I think Kemet needs a good sequel.
That's good.
Because I really like Cyclades. And then Kemet came along, and I want to see a good third game in that trilogy. Of the whole moving
not a
people
trilogy.
around.
Ooh, he called out Inish.
I didn't say Inish.
Wait, what?
I didn't say Inish. What?
You misunderstood me.
That's-
You're twisting my words. Get him. He said Inish was a bad game and it's spelled erroneously.
No, I didn't say.
No H.
I didn't say anything bad about Inish. It's just that it's an okay game, and
No,
after
it's not an
Cyclades and
okay
Kemet
game.
being here, and
Inish
then
is better than Kemet, period.
He said period. That conversation's over.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure that's how English works.
We did that. It's at the
End of conversation.
I'm sorry, but
All
I'm
right.
right. Okay, Kemet is a fantastic game, and I really like it. I've seen people here playing it. Just fantastic. That dudes on the map go out and fight stuff. I love to see another game in that arena. It doesn't have to be, Egyptian or mythical things. It could be anything, but I really like it. I'd like to see a sequel to it.
Okay, cool. All right, my number 8 is Beastie Bar, which is a card game with a bunch of creatures that no one here has played.
You have
Because
to quickly,
literally no
you have to
one.
quickly clarify what that game is about. It just doesn't sound.
I know, it sounds kind of weird. Sounds like a sequel to Kemet. No. Anyway, now, those of you that know what I'm talking about, there actually was another Beastie Bar follow-up with more creatures that you could add into the original game. You could play that by itself. But I don't mean just a follow-up using the exact same game system. I want the anthropomorphic animals that show up in Beastie Bar doing other stuff except, besides hitting up the nightclub.
Like going shopping?
Yeah,
or,
like going shopping, going to the beach, like
doing their taxes?
signing petitions, whatever. Like
Signing
doing
petitions.
stuff, man.
This is why you guys are not designing games.
Yes, clearly. This man wants a flicking dexterity game. Of course he's not making
You said it
games.
was good.
I did, hence I also am not making good games. Anyway, Beastie Bar, I just like that setting a lot, and I would love, again, an evolution of that doing with another game type. That's my number 8.
Number 7.
You
All
know
right,
that
my
we
number
are
7.
2.5 minutes ahead of schedule.
We are?
Doing fine. Don't slow down. Don't mess it up now.
Silly.
Keep going.
You're a nerd for knowing that. Lord of the Rings Confrontation is a really neat game that has a stratego feel to it, where you have the oh my goodness,
Free peoples.
the Fellowship trying to get the ring back into Mordor, and then you have the forces of Mordor that are trying to stop you from doing that. And this is the game that is better than your stupid dice game, because I think that The Hobbit has characters and a plot line that would be a better game than Confrontation was. Now, I'm not saying you just take like what Z was saying. I'm not saying use the same game. What I'm saying is use a similar idea, and I'm not talking about focusing on Battle of 5 Armies, or whatever that is. I'm talking about using the entire scope of There and Back Again, and have a board game about that.
So you want someone to make a Hobbit board game?
Yes, which will be called the sequel to Confrontation.
Which is
That's a terrible title.
The Lord of the
No, it's
Rings,
not.
Generosity,
Again.
The Hobbit,
No,
Giving Back,
That would not. No.
You're really starting to stretch here.
Giving back,
There and Back Again and Back Again.
Yes.
and again.
And again.
Okay. I don't know.
Good,
All right.
good choice.
I think it's a
Good.
bad idea. There are Hobbit
Good choice.
games.
No, they're not being sarcastic at all.
No, I'm not being
No, I'm
sarcastic. I think that's an excellent choice.
Lovely
At least
choice.
the first part. The second part didn't make sense. But
This is the face Tom makes when he lies during games.
no, I'm not. Well,
I
A
like
little
it.
bit, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
My number 7 is a game called Innovation. It has this cool mechanism where you're layering technology. Oh no.
Finally, I can pick
I'll
up
hold
you.
it.
Layering
I'll hold 'em, you
technology
get 'em.
on
Oh.
various piles, and then you splay them to reveal more symbols and do cool stuff. I would love to see more games with splaying.
Splaying is underused.
There is not enough splaying in board games. I would like to see Innovation, more splay.
Splay
My
it
number
up.
7.
no, that would be an
Wait a minute.
awful thing.
How did I get garbage over generosity?
We're not. We're,
And
oh,
the
just wait.
nicest man in the universe
wait.
isn't going to get something
Just wait.
for
First of all,
innovation, more
more
splaying.
splaying.
he's only the nicest man in the universe to these folks. We know him behind the
No,
scenes.
that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
If you've ever watched one of our videos and thought we were mean to Jason,
Why?
am I lying?
He's trolling. He's a little trolling. Yeah.
Jason and I are buds.
Watch
Okay.
one of Jason's vlogs. You'll get what we mean.
Okay, then that's a terrible name. I actually almost put Innovation in my list, but I was afraid of these two guys.
Oh, well, I was more brave then.
Where did I put my? I don't know which. Okay.
Are you planning to throw water?
No, I just forgot which one was mine. Anyway, that's a bad idea.
All right.
First of all, splaying is just spreading cards out. We don't really need to call it a thing. Spread them out.
I like it better. It adds verve.
Is the sequel going to be balanced?
Sure.
Good. That's fine then.
Might as well say yes.
Might as well.
Just to clarify, none of this is actually happening.
Oh, okay.
You
All
don't
right.
know that.
Yeah, maybe. Number 7 for me is a game that will never be reprinted, but I think it should have a sequel, and that is Star Wars Queen's Gambit. Now, I know that you could look at Risk Star Wars, which was horribly named, as a sequel of sorts to that game. It kind of was.
Yeah.
But it was very, very light. I like it. It's okay, though. It has a few models, and it's nice, but why not take the movie plot to Rogue One and put that in the exact same
Spoilers.
thing?
Spoilers.
How did I spoil anything?
Don't say anything about it.
Okay.
Don't spoil it.
It's been a year.
I know you've been pandering since number 10.
Well, apparently
Maybe
that
some
hasn't
people
been
haven't
long,
seen
'cause
it yet.
I took a lot of garbage about apparently spoiling Legacy Season 1.
Okay.
Stop.
Would you like
Stop.
me to read what I
But-
said there?
Anyway,
Everything
so-
stops. You're twisting my words. Everything stops.
No, but
No,
I think
actually, if you make a Star Wars Jar Jar Binks demise game, it would sell so many millions of copies, right? I mean, that game
This is
sells
true.
itself with that
It's a
title.
hide and seek
That
hunting
could be
game.
that could be Yahtzee and now sell 1 million copies. You know what I mean?
so one person's
Jar
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 bites the
Binks,
dust.
the other people are hunting him down, and every once in a while you have to just say something really loud and annoying, and then they hone in on you.
Basically.
Right.
But then your dumb luck gets you out of it when they have
Yep.
you cornered.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Fury of Dracula.
Yeah, Spectre Ops with a gun.
Spectre Ops, yeah.
Yeah.
Misa gonna get away.
Misa hiding now.
Spectre Binks. All right.
All right.
Anyway, but that's not what my idea was. That's Z's.
I'm sorry.
Star Wars Queen's Gambit, I really think, yeah, we're never going to see that again because of licensing and all that. But I would like to see a proper sequel. The Risk Star Wars one was good-ish, but it was very mass markety, and it's okay. But I would like to see something more involved and better.
Okay.
I approve.
Apparently, I'm
All right, my
over
number
6.
7 is a post-apocalyptic racing game, basically called Saltlands. Saltlands is a very stark-looking, very cool, again, racing game in which you are trying to traverse the dried-up bottom of an ocean and escape from marauders, that sort of thing, steal their vehicles, find where you're supposed to be going, some mystical land where they still have water, I guess, and get there. And I really like the setting. I really love the look of the game. I would love to see a game about what happens when you get there. That isn't a racing game. It could be a building game. You know, how you put together your settlement, how you deal with other settlements near you. Just the world is really beautifully realized. And then when it's over, I kind of want to keep going. I want to know what's next in that setting. And that's what I want the sequel to be. So Saltlands 2, more salt. I don't know. I don't name the games.
This is not the
Think 'em
top
up.
10 titles for sequels.
More salt.
Yeah, we're really bad at this titling game.
Ah.
That's good. I can't even argue with that because we
right.
haven't played Saltland. Did you play it?
That's my strategy. His strategy is, games that video gamers might like, popular IPs. Mine is games no one's played.
There you go.
And you can't argue with me if you haven't played it.
So it's basically the same as most top 10s that you do.
Basically.
Yeah, okay.
That's true.
Number 6.
All right, my number 6 is a game. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, clap. A good chunk of my time is taken for people just thanking you for your voice.
I'm just saying numbers, that's all.
I know.
Too sexy for
All right, so my number 6 is a game that I played way back when called Mississippi Queen. It was where you took riverboats, steamboats, and you're racing them down the river, the Mississippi River to be exact.
What?
And you are trying to get, to the first. It's a race. You're trying to get the first, but you can pick people up on the way, and you have to refuel your coal every once in a while, and that type of stuff. I thought it was a really interesting game. It's fallen by the wayside. I think it's probably a little bit too long for what it was, and it was a little bit grindy. But anyway, I liked that game of racing boats down a river, and I thought, why not give it a sequel where we do modern boat racing? And instead of just like in the circle, because you've seen those guys, right? You've seen those guys just going in a circle. Let's go all the way down the river. Just give it a modern boat racing theme. You could really dress it up well. I thought it would be a cool sequel to that. I don't know that Rio Grande Games should do it, but somebody else could do it and do it well.
Would you still have cool coal wheels?
Yeah, it could be like fuel instead of coal, and the wheels would click down as the further you move down.
Would you still stop to pick up the Southern Belles along the river?
I would.
I don't know about the.
Yeah, you dog.
I don't know about actually
What is
picking.
wrong with you today?
I don't know about picking people up, but maybe one of your. Maybe it's like a team on the boat. Some of those boats are really big and they have multiple crews driving them. Maybe one guy gets seasick or something like that, and he has
Because
to be
he's never
dropped
been
off.
on a speedboat before.
You never know. Maybe they had to.
How about fan boats?
Huh?
Fan boats.
Oh, in the Everglades.
I like speedboats better, but fan boat racing is an awesome idea.
You have alligators in that scenario.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, and they eat
And you
people.
can stop and pick
Yeah.
up the alligators.
See?
Throw them at someone going
Not
by.
what you do with
Then
alligators.
every round you have to feed your crew, so you kill the alligator and eat it,
Oh, no.
Or
It
you
tastes
feed
like
them to
chicken.
the
Come on,
alligator.
you've eaten gator before.
No.
You're in Florida. You've eaten gator before.
What is going on?
Yeah,
We're really off track here.
just saying.
Perhaps we should move on.
That's my number 6.
No, don't act like you. Oh, maybe we should move on.
Yeah, you guys
A
are getting
modern
way off track.
power boat to Mississippi Queen.
All right.
My number 6 is a game called Flip City, which is a cool little deck builder that has these flipping cards, cool mechanism, and I'd love to see that expanded to other themes like Flip Zoo, where animals grow up, get bigger, or Flip Colony, where your colonists learn stuff as they
See,
flip
I just saw Flip City animals, and I was like, you want to flip animals?
I don't want to flip the animals. Well, I want to flip the card
like a
with the animal.
catapult.
Wait a minute, though. In Flip City, you can change one building to another building, and then you can change it back.
Yeah.
How does that work with animals?
Well, I don't know yet. This is still, I'm still in play testing.
Wasn't he a
in my
grown-up
head.
yesterday? Back to
Now
babies.
he's- well, then you get a new
Flip-
baby. One
flip
dies,
zoo
you flip it back.
mutations.
I don't know how it works yet. I just like to see it. Flip City, the sequel.
It's all right. Okay. It's not, I mean, it doesn't upset me enough to give you garbage, you know?
I'll take it.
All right, my number 6 is a game that it's been out of print for a while. It was done originally by Avalon Hill, then
me
Fantasy Flight.
Go ahead. It's going to be popular IP.
No.
It's going to be... There's going to be other media that came from it.
No.
It's going to be video gaming.
No.
Z, shut up.
Okay, so Nexus Ops. Nexus Ops is a really great game. No.
It's a cute game.
Good. It is cute. Very cute.
It's a cute. That's that old joke.
I know,
You
no
can't
one
even
gets
pull
it.
back
Forget
that.
it.
Okay, so Nexus Ops is a. If you never played it, you have these little aliens that are like translucent plastic in the original version, and Fantasy Flight just normal plastic. And you go around and you fight each other. It's like one of the little Axis and Allies style, but you're forced to go and attack other people. It's a great little game, and it's out of print now. I wouldn't mind seeing it come back in print. It's a solid little game, but I wouldn't mind seeing the next one in that genre. Really, if someone likes Risk, you know, I recently did a series on if you like this game, you know, 10 games better than Monopoly. When I got to Risk, it's really tough because there's not many games in that genre that are fast. It's like, hey, do you want to play Risk? You know, we can finish it tomorrow. You know, and every other game that's like it, Axis and Allies, and you know, all these games, they're big, they're grandiose. Nexus Ops was a small one. There's very few of them. It needs a sequel. Note that I'm giving like useful stuff, not Flip Zoo.
Wow.
A flippy zoo would be very useful.
Nobody was actually attacking him, and he just has to defend himself.
I know. He's just like, the mean flows.
Right. Yeah.
Like spice. All right. My number 6 is going to be Shakespeare. And this is, again, Shakespeare it's about the process of a rehearsal and prepping the costumes and the set and everything leading up to the opening night. And then I want the sequel to be the running of the show. That would be really neat. I would like to see things having to be kept up, audience, having to do advertisement for the show, just basically, you know, treating it like running the proper show, which I think would be a neat follow-up thematically and mechanically. They could do a lot of new things with that, and it would fold right into each other, you know.
I'm interested.
Yeah, baby.
If Eric's interested, you need to change.
All right, never mind. Scrap it all. We're jumping back in time 2 weeks. Shakespeare finds a time machine, hops in it, it kills him immediately. No, forget it. Back to the original idea. Anyway, Shakespeare, follow-up. Shakespeare 2, more willing harder to. No? Forget it. All right.
No one thought I should have said we should make the
I need to
names ahead of
stop
time.
with the titles. That's the main thing.
Yes. Yeah.
I can't come up with titles.
Or use a shovel to keep digging. One of the two.
Okay. Shakespeare, if there's a will,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
a way, baby.
That's good. You don't even need to. If there's a will, that's it. Just end it.
If there's a will, ...
Yeah. That's good. That's a good name.
Ellipses.
Okay, good.
Number 5.
That was better. That was shorter. All right. My number 5 is based on a game of First Class. First Class is a great little train game. It looks boring on the outside. When you crack open the box, it is a great, fun little multifaceted game, depending on what module you use during the course of the game. And it's all about building trains and and getting from one point to the other and scoring points and all that kind of stuff. It's a great little game. You should give it a shot. But as I was scrolling through the list of games of possible candidates for the list, I saw First Class, and the thing that immediately came to my mind was
Second
the
Class.
movie Titanic. And the fact that the people were writing in steerage. And I thought, you know what? You could have a game in this line and call it Steerage. And it's about being in steerage, and you have to survive from one side of the Atlantic to the other. So that's how many rounds it's going to be, and you have to do certain things and
Like hold your breath? What are you talking about?
Does the boat sink?
No, the boat doesn't sink. I'm not talking
Oh,
about
you
like
said
a Titanic.
I'm thinking the
game.
boat
No.
sinks. You know,
No, I'm talking about like,
spoilers, but it sinks.
you know, you can do certain things, like you can
I
try to
think it's
find
spoiler?
ways to get up to First Class and like go places you're not supposed to go and all this. Yeah, it's like yeah, it's
it.
like that. I don't know. I thought it was a cool idea.
I like it.
Okay.
Cool.
good.
Yeah, all right. My number 5 is Fearsome Floors, a game where you're running from a monster and trying to steer the monster toward your opponents. I'd like to see more maps. I'd like to see monsters with special powers. I'd like to have like corridors that I'm running down, and then the monster can pop out at any moment. Fearsome Floors is a relatively basic game. I'd love to see more layered onto it. Fearsome Floors,
Second edition.
the second floor.
And that's not really a sequel. That's
Which
just a
is-
second edition.
Yeah, that's just a second edition.
Well, no,
Did you listen to the rules?
I
when we
did.
talked about 'em?
Of course, it didn't.
this is a standalone thing that's already more complicated.
That's the best thing I've heard so far up here. I love it.
Thank
and that's
you.
not sarcasm.
There you
Yes,
go.
it is.
No,
That
actually, I do
that is
agree.
your
I would-
That is
sarcastic
not
thing.
sarcasm.
That is your
That's
he
the
made a
best.
sequel, if he
I
made a
know they're
sequel-
close. They live close. I'm sorry.
Whatever
Sometimes
happens,
they
don't
bleed
let
into
Tom
each
talk
other.
right
but
now.
That was the best thing he said so far that any of us have said.
Please stop.
Wait,
That
that's
made
just
it
an insult of all the other stuff I've said.
Yeah.
Oh, the rest was
Okay.
garbage.
All right, so go, Tom.
All right, my number
No, actually,
5.
I like what Lyric said. It was a good thing.
No, Fearsome Floors is unfortunate. Many of you probably haven't played it. It's a really fun game.
Yeah.
You guys
Because you're all
dropped
like,
the ball. Come on.
What?
To not let Tom talk. That was the game.
oh.
Oh, I did not catch that game.
Oh, well.
Yeah, he's the
Okay,
boss.
my number 5. Recently, one of my favorite games has become Gloomhaven. Really like Gloomhaven. And I like Descent. I like Level 7 Omega Protocol. I like these dungeon crawl style games. But even though I love them, they're fairly involved and complex, and sometimes I just want to play a lighter one. And I think we need to see a proper sequel that's not been improperly printed in Spain by people who are breaking the law, Hero Quest. Hero Quest, it's a fantastic game, but its age is gone, you know, it just needs a lot of fixing, you know.
It let itself go.
Right.
That's what you're saying.
It did. It sits back in its chair. Back in my day. Yeah, we get it, Hero Quest. Shut up. We need a new game to take its place. It could be a totally different theme. It could be, but it needs to be. We need a light dungeon crawl. There's very few of them that are any good, and that's
Swords and
what we need.
Sorcery, Massive Darkness.
Those aren't light though. Those are still very involved.
Zombicide Black Plague.
Involved.
This is a crowded market of good games.
But those are still heavier games. I want a game I can play with my kids.
Fearsome Floors too,
There
baby.
you go. Add
No,
some
that
swords
makes
and
no
shields, you're all
sense.
set.
What? That's perfect.
Yeah.
All right, I'll pass it
Put
to you.
plastic doors in there or something. You're good.
Hero Quest.
All right. My number 5 is a sequel to Libertalia, which is a fantastic. Yes, I got some clappery. The clappery abounds. It's a great pirate game. It sort of feels like an evolved. Should I say it? Oh boy, maybe I shouldn't say it. Eric is here. It feels like an evolved
Do it.
Citadels.
Citadels!
Now who's pandering?
That was not.
Yeah,
a setup.
really, that
a
was
setup.
planned.
That was organic.
That
folks.
was no, it was not organic.
Yeah, I don't have. That was it. I just wanted to no. No, I think it has a lot of fantastic artwork. I love the system in it, but ultimately, if you play that game, and if you have played, you might have gone into it expecting a big box game, and you got a pretty simple card game. Ultimately, I want the big game. I want to see this role selection. I want to see all that fantastic artwork in a game that does something with those pirates, you know? Because I love that cast, but they are window dressing, you know? They're the ones who walked by Johnny Depp. I want them up front, you know? So, Libertalia 2.
You both had good choices this turn.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Aw.
Thank you. Number 4.
All right, my number 4 is one of my used to be in my top 10 games. It's fallen a little bit, I think. I can't remember. I don't remember that stuff. Anyway, used to really like this game, and I still really enjoy it. It's called Colosseum. And Colosseum is a great game that where you're the owner of a theatrical company, I guess you could say, and you're putting on different shows in these different theaters throughout town, these different Colosseums.
But Shakespeare too, that's too much.
Exactly.
Ridiculous. There's ferns in that game, man. At least mine is actors playing chinks in walls and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Can I finish mine now?
Yeah.
Okay, shut up. All right, so Colosseum is this great game about putting this production together, and I thought it would be really cool if they did kind of the same thing, just use a different kind of theme that's wrapped around it. Not completely, change some stuff, of course, make it a different game, but I thought you could do one like for WWE, where you have to get all of these different. Yeah, I know that was a hard right. That was cool.
Wow, I was not expecting WWE,
Like
to come in.
Well, let's face it. Professional wrestling is a production. Now, let me make sure I make it absolutely clear.
now
I
he's
understand
spoiling.
that people get hurt, and that's not scripted. And I know it is dangerous. I get it. I understand that. But it is a production. And so I thought that would be a cool thing to do. You have to, I don't know, whatever. But I was also thinking like a reality TV show. Each person could be trying to put on their own reality TV show. It skirted a little close to what the networks is, but I thought that would be a cool thing as well. I don't know. I thought
You thought
Colosseum was
wrong.
a great
That's okay.
game.
These aren't bad ideas.
And
These are all
but
awful. That was sarcasm.
This is all sarcastic and troll
sarcasm?
shit.
You were being sarcastic.
No, I like this idea.
Anyway, Colosseum, modernize it with either WWE or a reality TV show or something like that. I think it's cool.
What would the role of the plants be in the WWE universe?
Shove down Garcia's throat.
Am I a wrestler now in this scenario?
No.
Apparently.
Listen,
You're
if
just
I
a
think
bystander
if
that
I think
gets
your
hurt.
choice is bad, I will just tell you. That was a good choice.
Okay, thank you.
My number 4 is Alien
Bad.
Frontiers. Thank you so much. Alien Frontiers, the dice rolling and action selection game, they have layered on a lot onto that game. The board has gotten bigger, all sorts of new actions have been placed around, you've got an asteroid belt. It's gotten, frankly, a little unwieldy. I would like to see a new planet. You've discovered something new abilities for getting the majority in different sections of the planet. New technology entirely, just
Planet.
a new...
I thought you said plant.
You just have plants on the
I'm
brain.
sorry. It's because you guys keep talking
A
bad
new
about me.
planet to explore in Alien New Frontiers?
Do you realize
New
what
Alien
a frontier
Frontiers.
is, right? It's like you're discovering new things already.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you have to discover something else. You've colonized that planet.
Yeah?
Something new.
So you could call it like moving on.
Sure.
So moving on, my number 4.
He got it. He got it.
Okay, that
Number
was pretty
4.
good. You know what I heard was movie lawn.
Movie lawn.
It's a little echoey.
I apologize, folks. We'll be taking hearing tests after this show. My number 4 is a better choice than Eric's was earlier in the same genre. This is a game that we were promised sequels to and we never got them, and that is Tales of Arabian Nights. Now, you mentioned Agents of Smirch, which
Yep.
is fine, but it was a little more gamery and the stories weren't as well written. We were supposed to eventually get a Tales of King Arthur's Round Table.
We were.
And that never happened. And that project's gone to the wind. I wouldn't mind it, though. I really want to go out in that universe and fight knights and dragons, and all sorts of bad things happen to me because they always happen to you in that game. I know that games like Near and Far are better than Tales of Arabian Nights, and it's starting to show its age, but I still have the game. I love those stories, and I would love to see it more stuff in different universes. Tales of King Arthur's Knights, Tales of the old American Western frontier, Tales of WWE.
Fern fight.
You are very intelligent and you have an insightful perspective on this particular item.
Oh yeah, that's not foreshadowing at all. All right, Z.
Wow.
Wow, yeah, okay, I guess it's coming up. All right, my number 4 is Witness. which is a-
Witness.
Can I get a? Witness is a sort of a puzzle-solving game. Here, there's a few flaws with it, though. For one thing, I mean, it has a limited amount of puzzles, but that's okay. There's plenty. There's 50, I think. But it only plays with 4 people. That's it. you need 4 players. You cannot have more or fewer. And I would love to see a sequel to this that obviously gives you new puzzles, but allows you to play with different numbers of players. I would love to be able to have some designed for 3, for 4, for 5, whatever it may be. Maybe throw a traitor in there, passing along bad information.
It's hard enough as it is.
That game is really hard.
Well, the sequel would be simpler to accommodate for that.
Will the sequel have Amish people and a New York detective?
Again? You're making
Yes.
that joke again? Every time I
I'm
mention
going to
Witness.
make that joke until it happens.
Oh, man. No.
I'm going to make the joke again then.
Let Harrison Ford just rest.
No.
Is he
He
dead?
already.
No, but he's
I
like,
can't
you know,
say
writing himself out of everything.
Busy.
Anyway, Witness is my number 4. I want more. It's
Well, what you
really,
could
really
do is
fun.
You could get a big giant box,
Okay.
and there's booklets for 3 people. So there's 3
Right.
of those. 4 booklets for 4.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
It's going to be a $300 game, but
It'll be on Kickstarter, so it's fine.
Number 3.
All right, now my top 3 are ones that this one was kind of like a no-brainer, and it fell to my number 3 because as I was thinking about my top 3, I was actually talking to Mark Street earlier today, and
Oh.
he was, what's your top 3? And I was like, I went ahead and told him, and as I was explaining them, I was like, wow, and that's when I really my top 3 kind of really settled in. This one was the no-brainer, so it settled in at number 3, and it's Stone Age. Stone Age is a great game. Super duper fun for families and all this other kind of stuff. Great dice rolling game, and yes, the dice rolling can be mitigated. Please stop saying that it cannot. I thought, why did they not make another sequel? Bronze Age, where you're basically taking on a more modernized effects of running your village in the Bronze Age. And then after that, hey, you can keep the truck rolling and do Iron Age and so forth and so on.
later on.
I understand that. But I just thought this was a no-brainer. Why haven't they made Bronze Age, the board game, in the format or at least the complexity level of a Stone Age? I thought that would be a pretty cool idea. I think it's a no-brainer. That's my number 3, Stone Age.
I like it.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that.
There you go.
Yeah.
No argument whatsoever.
Oh, shucks.
That leaves us more time for mine. So my number 3 is a space-based pick-up and deliver game.
Oh,
No.
I wonder what this one could be.
You notice this isn't my number 1 because I think that would be too much. This is just enough.
here.
Merchants of Mars.
Go ahead and say it.
Merchant of Venus needs a new map. It's had the same map in all of its different editions. I've played it many, many times. I know when to take a left turn at the cloud and when to head into the asteroid field. I want new hazards, new planets to explore, new aliens to explore, and then that version can be mixed with the original and have new combinations of goods and technologies and all that stuff. I want more stuff in a new galaxy, like another side of the galaxy.
So you want an expansion?
Not an expansion. I mean,
Eric, you like this game so much you put it on your top 100 twice.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. Yeah. It's going to be his number 2 also.
I know, right?
Coming up on
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
spoilers!
There's other people that do the same thing at this very table.
I would like
But
a
I'm
new
just saying.
galaxy for Merchant of Venus.
So
That-
it's not the best game of all time if you want something better.
Right.
I'm not saying better, I want more. I would play both, and I'd put them both on my top 100.
Oh, so please
No,
don't
no,
do this.
he means
publishers.
all 3.
I'm sick of this. No
All
more top
3.
100s for you.
Yeah.
All right. My number
cut
3 is our first crossover, I think, and that's
What?
with Sam Healy.
Ooh.
That is Lord of the Rings Confrontation.
Okay.
That's where the crossover ends, though, because I don't know about this Hobbit giant game thing. I just want to see another game in that series. It doesn't have to be Lord of the Rings. I like that.
WWE. Right?
Yeah.
Like you hide the
It's a
belt.
ring.
You hide the belt, and you're trying to get it out of the arena before management finds it.
That's actually not that bad.
Yeah,
That
baby!
could actually work. Yeah.
Good.
But,
good.
But the theme is
You'd
good.
have to go through like the 4 horsemen, and then you'd have to go through the.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
You have to.
But I like the Lord of the Rings
Road
Confrontation. If you
Warriors.
never played it, it's like Stratego, but with a bite to it. There's a lot more involved with it. And they've really, no one's ever made a game that much like it. The only other one I can think of is Hare and Zeus, Thunder and Lightning.
Well,
You
that
know,
Shadows of Kyoto he's been banging that drum lately. That's like that.
So drum worthy of being banged.
I haven't
I'm just
played
saying.
it, so I wouldn't know.
It's like that. It's a Stratego style game.
Yeah.
Okay. Lord of the Rings Confrontation, my number 3.
All right, my number 3 is one of those that I simply want this artwork reused. I don't care what they do. Abyss is my number 3.
Okay.
Thank you. And again, a lot like Libertalia, Abyss is one of those games that if you see it, it looks like a big epic game, you play it, it's a card game that got overproduced. And I want to revisit that world, whether it be taking a more specific look at one of the factions, right? And that would be a neat series of games where you can do like the farmers could have their game, the warriors in Abyss could have their game, you could have the much more political game. That'd be neat. You could do a series of games, series of covers. That's good. No, I'm
Terrible
getting nothing. I'm getting nothing. So Abyss, a sequel to that, I think would be really fantastic. I don't even care what they do with it. That's my number 3.
Sure. It's
Yeah.
lovely art.
All right.
Okay.
Number 2. Those are the number 2 fans over there.
It's dying down here.
All right, my number 2 is a game that I have really loved for a very long time, still love it, and it has been criminally overlooked. It is called Tannhäuser, and it was put out by Fantasy Flight. It is a great
guy's
game.
played it, that's
has
it.
terrific mechanisms, unique mechanisms. It's great, a super game, and it is ripe for a Hellboy IP. And it is ripe for those characters that are in the Hellboy universe. And I thought it would be a great thing where it's a cooperative game where you guys each take a member of Hellboy's squad and you're going out and you're fighting these different scenarios of monsters and demons that are popping up all over the globe. And you're being, I thought this is like another no-brainer, but I think it's a better idea than Stone Age, so that's why it's number 2. But this is another no-brainer that must be made. And if it is not, then
You know,
You and that guy are going to rebel.
asterisk, squirrely D's, asterisk, all this other kind of
So
stuff.
you're saying that if people don't make your idea of the game, bad things will happen?
No, not bad things will happen. It's just I will think bad things about you.
who?
So you're thinking...
I don't know.
This-
It
so
doesn't
wait.
matter.
So it hasn't happened yet, so you're thinking that currently.
Yes.
You want to stop thinking.
Actually, currently, I'm thinking bad things about Tannhäuser not being supported like it should have been.
about us.
But if somebody says, let's give that... No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to turn that hate towards them.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Wrath.
You know, there's a game on Kickstarter
Not
right now.
Wrath,
the name is
just
escaping
like
me. It's set in the
Age of
Vietnam era, and there's werewolves somehow.
Yeah.
And the movement system looks very similar to Tannhäuser.
Really?
You should back it. It's called
We'll look at it.
Tan
You
Werewolf.
can request a
Tan
Hellboy
werewolf.
expansion to it.
Tan Werewolf. Okay. Sounds like an 80s hair metal band.
Tan Werewolf.
Tan Werewolf.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tan Werewolf. My number 2, Tales of the Arabian Nights. We were promised a sequel, an extension, a King Arthur game. I was hoping, I think they even suggested beyond King Arthur that there would be a space-themed one, a sci-fi, and that's the one I was hoping for. So not only am I mad there isn't a first sequel, I want a second sequel to Tales of the Arabian Nights.
Wow. I just want one.
I would settle for one,
He
but I
wants him
wanted
to
two.
skip the first one.
I mean, you just get rid of that one.
Go right to the other one that you can actually play with Merchant of Eden.
I was hoping that they would release.
It's the same
right.
game.
I was hoping that they would release King Arthur so that I could go to the booth immediately and ask when is the space one coming out. But a sequel to Tales of the Arabian Nights would be awesome. It's my number 2.
Okay, well, good. All right, my number 2 is one that we were promised a sequel for, and a sequel still may come, but they keep making expansions for the original game instead of sequels. I love Plaid Hat, and they do great things, but stop the Dead of Winter stuff and give us the next game, and with that what's the thing there? The Crossroads stuff.
Yep.
Yes.
When they first brought Dead of Winter is a great game. It's really fun, and the Crossroads thing is the best part of the game, and they said we're going to make a one in space, right?
Yep.
And then they gave us an expansion standalone, great. And then nothing for a year. And then another expansion for Dead of Winter. And now they're making other games that don't have anything to do with the Crossroads thing.
Yeah.
You work for these people on the voiceover.
I have. I should bother them again. I'd love to narrate more Crossroads cards.
So,
But,
so
I
you're
know-
not narrating Crossroads cards.
I'm not. at liberty to say anything about narrating any Crossroads cards.
What did he just say?
I said nothing. I can't say anything. They'll
I want
kill
an
me.
expansion to Dead of Winter. I mean, another sequel, not an expansion. Enough of those. A sequel to Dead of Winter. And I think a lot of people agree with me on that one. I mean, I really think it's something that's wanted.
Yeah.
It is good.
I actually forgot about this one. I agree with you on this one.
Crossroads.
I wanted the Space Crossroads game, and for some reason it dropped off the radar. I bet Dead of Winter sold so well that
Right.
they're-
Yeah, I don't fault that they did an
Keep
expansion.
milking
I
that
mean, why
cow.
not?
yeah.
Makes sense. They're
Why go with the unknown when you know that the zombies will sell?
Because I said so.
right. All right, my number 2 then is going to be a sequel to London Dread. I don't know how many of you have played London
That's
Dread.
a
Came
good
out from
one.
Gray Fox Games.
Yeah.
Let me see. It's just a quick show of hands. London Dread. Have you played it?
Not a
that's
whole lot.
That's just
Not a
a
lot.
handful. I'm seeing about 10 hands.
It
go
is
up.
a good game, though. You need to
It's
go
a
try it
great
out.
game. It's a
Yeah.
very unique, interesting game. It has a, what is it, 12 minutes, right?
Yeah.
It's like 12 minutes at first for you to plan what you're doing that evening. And then you play out the rest of the game with some of that programming being carried out. And you're, following clues, doing some investigations, having encounters, doing some fighting. It's an interesting creation, very unique. And I would love to see them either do a jump to a different location, a jump in time to a different time still in London,
Yeah.
both, rework some of the mechanisms, just more of that, the feel of the game I really enjoy, the sort of we're under the gun, that we have to get all this done, there's not enough time, maybe even some streamlining, because the end of that game can be a little funky,
Right.
So London Dread, a follow-up to that, whatever they call it, like Paris Dread,
right.
whatever. That's my number 2.
And finally, number 1.
They were saving it for one.
Yeah, they were letting it build. That's good. All right, my number 1 is a game that just got a 3rd edition, and then that 3rd edition got dropped because the two companies that were combined in making it decided to part ways, and now that one of those companies, Games Workshop, has announced a partnership with WizKids to make yet another edition to Fury of Dracula. But I don't want another Fury of Dracula. Fury of Dracula is great.
Fury of the Mummy.
No. I was thinking
Frankenstein.
more Frankenstein's monster.
Yes.
I was thinking more Frankenstein's monster.
I saw his list. I knew it was coming.
It could be one versus all, where one person plays the doctor, trying to create his monster, and the other people are the hunters, trying to stop him from making the monster, one, or if they do not prevent him from making the monster, now they are trying to hunt down the monster and eradicate him from the earth.
This is a good
and
idea. I play this.
I thought this would be a cool idea because one guy is definitely trying to make the game go as long as he possibly can.
That's me.
Yeah, and then the rest of us are trying to end it as quickly as possible.
That's me.
That's you, right? So
I can take a
this would
cue,
be
fellas.
good.
I got it.
I thought this was definitely worthy of my number 1 here because I thought it was I thought it was a great idea. Not trying to pat myself on the back, but I thought it was cool. Thank you, appreciate that. That's my number 1, Fury of
That's
Dracula,
good,
Frankenstein's
good.
monster.
Pandering's not that bad.
Ah.
My number 1 is Mechs vs. Minions.
Wow.
That game is amazing in its production, in its presentation. I know that Riot said, this is a one-time thing, we're never going to do this again.
Whoa.
But
they do not sound like that.
they don't? No,
I don't know
I've
what they
talked to
sound
them.
like.
Collectively.
Really?
And
It's a hive mind.
but I would love it if they took another shot at something else. Maybe a new setting, new characters. Sure, I'd probably settle for an expansion with new figurines and new bosses and missions to go.
We don't know that there was any bosses in the first game.
If you look carefully. Anyway, I'd love to see more from that team. They did a great job. Do it again.
They did.
Mechs vs. Minions.
Well done.
All right. Hey, good.
It's good.
My number 1 is so obvious. All right. This game actually had a sequel to it come out 2 years ago that Wizards of the Coast decided to stop supporting because Wizards of the Coast sucks in that regard. And I hope they hear me. All right. And that is Heroescape. All right. Now, they made Magic the Gathering the board game, blah, 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 yay, and they gave us no expansions. Thanks a lot for nothing. I want a real expansion for HeroScape. I realize that plastic is expensive and that they can't make all that terrain that they made one time, but they can still make us a good sequel to that game. That game is amazing. Some of you in the audience have grown up on that game, a fact that always makes us feel a little old. Because I got that when I first got married. I got HeroScape. My wife said, "Are you getting back into miniatures?" I was like, "No, I swear. This won't take up much room at all."
Yeah. Wow. We know exactly how much that game.
In our studio,
Yeah.
that game takes up
About
more
the size of a chapel, in fact.
Yes.
But I really do love the game. If you've never played it,
Very.
it's amazing. It's expensive. It's hard to get. And it needs a good, proper sequel that will then be supported. That's true.
So you don't
HeroScape.
just want the game. You want the game and expansions.
Yes.
At least 200.
It will be at least 200, don't worry. If they make it out of plastic, it
Expansions,
will be.
not dollars.
All right, and then my number one is, again, kind of an obvious one for me. And the original game did have a sequel. I want the third one in the line. I want to follow up to Forbidden Desert.
All right.
So we had Forbidden Island.
Yep.
We had Forbidden Desert. I want, and this is the one I picked, Forbidden Jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right? That's good stuff.
Good.
I am curious what people would come up with for a third installment, though. Can I hear some suggestions? Forbidden Tundra.
Yeah. Forbidden Mountains?
Sheep. I heard that. I don't know. That's probably just me. That's what I heard.
Forbidden fruit.
Forbidden Fruits. That's the when Cards Against Humanity acquires game
Forbidden
rights.
Seas.
Forbidden Fruits. Forbidden Dungeon. Yes, right.
There you go.
That works. Forbidden Sea. Tundra. We said Tundra. Forbidden Town Hall? That's like the worst thing I've ever heard.
come in
Forbidden
here,
Town
sir.
Hall. The Spooky
I think
Museum.
it's a tower.
Tower. Okay, Tower's much better. All right. So anyway, that's my number one. Forbidden Jungle, or Tundra, or Town Hall,
Town
or
Hall, definitely.
Yeah.
Forbidden Closet or something. I don't know.
Forbidden closet.
Not
We got
not
one of
very
those at our
spooky.
place.
What is your closet?
There's something in there, man. I don't know.
It's just a pile of games. Actually, our closet's kind of spooky in the studio right now.
Oh man. See, we have this mannequin, and we also have the dude,
The dude, yeah.
and they are
Inflatable
routinely
dude.
just randomly placed in different corners in the house and in the studio, so that when you walk around the corner, bam, there he is, and we all play this joke on each other. And every once in a while, we'll hear somebody go, I hate you guys,
I can't really do the hating because I bought both of them.
I know you did.
And I'm the one scared the most. And at night, like I went to the studio the other day and well, we call him Manny. Manny was sitting there and I was like, I know you moved.
Did he say something back to you?
No, I'm just saying it, but I'm here right now. I will kick you if I see you move at all.
It's spooky. It's a little
Okay.
spooky.
All right, so those are our top 10 games that we think need sequels. We think that companies do a great job, and this is slightly tongue-in-cheek, and I also understand that companies need to make money by making expansions, for games, and that because people buy what they know.
Yep.
But these are just ideas we have. If you're watching this online, email us with great ideas, and we'll send them to Z to read. No, but,
Okay.
or if you have ideas, tell us afterwards. We're here at the show at booth 409, Geek and Sons tables.
Yeah.
So if you haven't stopped by, we encourage you to stop by. We would like to come to PAX Unplugged every year. We think this is a great convention.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good.
Yes.
It is. You guys have been a fantastic audience and just fun to play with and stuff. And so if you don't have to, but if you do come by and purchase any of our promos and stuff, that helps us come back to PAX
It's true,
more
yeah.
easily, because Eric needs to have his own room and all that.
What?
Oh,
Why are you starting these rumors?
He's a
Eric
picky guy.
is high maintenance. I'm just
yeah,
saying.
we're all sitting there with peanut butter and jelly. He's eating lobster.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll come up to you and be like, "What do you sound like?"
I know.
Sorry.
That PB&J looks scrumptious.
Alrighty, well, that's it for our top 10 list. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
Until next time, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia.
I'm Eric Summerer.
And I'm Sam Healy. We'll see you guys on the flip side.